immigration attorney, Kevin Miller. Good afternoon, Mr. Miller.
Good afternoon, Mr. Reid. Good afternoon, Florida. How you doing?
Good, good. As you know, you gotta be careful when you say good afternoon, Florida, because you practice nationwide. So good afternoon to the whole entire low 48. Correct?
Of course, that's true. That's true.
All right, Mr. Miller, take it away. Because you have to remind people that you're not only practicing Florida, you're practicing the entire 48, and I do believe you get to the independent islands like the Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and so forth. Correct?
Well, we practice worldwide. Once it's United States immigration, wherever you are in the world, as long as you have that need, then yes, we take care of you.
I bet you don't practice in Guam.
Well, if there are folks in Guam who need the assistance of a United States immigration attorney, then obviously I'm your guy.
And Mr. Miller, all yours. Take it away. What's on your mind today for immigration?
Well, what's on my mind is that we are seeing some rapid turnaround from USCIS, but in a negative way.
Uh-huh.
So we're seeing where I have a number of clients, as well as my other colleagues, where for whatever reason, their applications were denied by USCIS, and even within the 30 days for them to file a motion to reopen or reconsider, we're seeing where USCIS is issuing notice to appear before immigration judges. And we're saying this is hindering the due process rights that these clients have. So make no mistake about it. If you are filing any application with USCIS, you need to have an attorney to assist you and to protect you against these legal pitfalls that you might fall into.
So while we may be seeing some light opening up and some intentions about the president has lost a battle and the Supreme Court has said that they need to start back the process from those 39 banned countries, a lot of people may be gearing up to file their documents in order to continue their process. But what you are saying that if you never had representation from an immigration attorney, not a consultant, now is the time to get in line. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, you better do so, because when you file those applications with USCIS, there are certain things that only an attorney can do. And if you don't have an attorney in your corner, then it's going to be more expensive for you to retain an attorney and to bring an attorney in when you have a process that's already started, because no attorney likes to go into a battle when the battle is already going on. We like to go there from the initiation
Correct.
of anything that would cause that battle. And so we need to get the attorney involved as early as possible. Now, in addition, make sure you're keeping track and keeping copies of everything that you submit and track everything that you submit to USCIS and take a screenshot of that tracking that you might have either from USPS, UPS, or FedEx.
Okay. So in other words, then whatever shipping method that you use, make sure you're keeping record and make sure you're sending your document receipt mail where there can be, on the other end of the receiver, there can be some form of record to trace it in the event that it needs to trace. Now, let us talk about someone who migrated here, came from Jamaica, got married here, and reference to the I-94. What is that I-94?
So the I-94 would be the record that the Custom and Border Protection Agency would have or would have initiated when you arrive in this country. So once you are admitted into the United States by coming to one of the ports, and you would have arrived on whatever visa, they keep a record or a track of when you entered and when you're supposed to leave. So the I-94 is that document that says that, yes, you were legally admitted into this country, and you have until X time to leave this country. That is also the document that you have to include that document in your adjustment of status package for them to see that you came here legally.
And that document is no longer a piece of paper, it's now digital, correct?
Well, so when you come to the port, you will not get a piece of paper or you will not get anything to say this is your I-94. There's a system that an attorney like myself will access and will provide you with a physical copy of that.
Got you. And that is very important. So that is for people who were actually inspected at port of entry. Now, talk about port of entry. What about those people who crossed the border and they were paroled in the country? What do you have to say to them?
Well, so for those who came across the borders, obviously was stopped, had interaction with a Custom and Border Protection Agency, and you were given a document that says you were paroled in. That document act or operate in lieu of an I-94 if you intend to get your status adjusted. That will show that you did not just sneak across the borders, but you were actually given the permission by an officer to enter the United States. So while it's not an admittance, but you were paroled in, so it acts in lieu of that.